Immigration Problem by Hillary Kobernick. After the most ineffective congressional session of the century, a bipartisan group of senators begins the 113th Congress by announcing that they have a solution to fix our immigration problem. They wave their suit and tie solution, already saluting themselves for the ways that they will keep hands from sneaking into the cookie jar. And Senator Marco Rubio concludes the press conference by saying, "We have to ensure that we don't do anything that encourages people to come here illegally in the future." And I wonder, in the future? We pay American farmers to grow corn to sell to Mexico at half the price. We undercut the corn economy south of the border until the Mexican farmers leave their land and head north. We promise free trade to Colombia if they get up to code, then pass laws that prevent sugarcane farmers from making sugar. So they grow coca instead, refine it into cocaine, and sell it to the Mexican farmers heading to the border. We invite Latin American soldiers to Georgia to train against terrorism, and we're surprised when they use their new skills on innocent people. And there are massacres in Guatemala, El Salvador, Colombia, Honduras, Peru. And the survivors file paperwork, and we give them refugee status. And we're so disappointed that the Mexican farmers won't wait for shots fired on their land so that they can come here the legal way. We don't have an immigration problem, we have an ego problem. We think we can be anything we want, and when we want biggest bully on the playground, we're surprised all the kids want to be on our side. We cowboy across 2 continents and then blame the Indians for not getting smallpox. Dear Senators, since when did people become problems? If you're looking for solutions, why don't you look closer to home? At the banks borrowing whole countries from the government. The military piss-marking our Guantanamo like it's not foreign soil. Tell me one thing we don't own, one thing we don't claim to already know, and I will tell you what the problem is, Mr. Rubio. I see the good intentions behind your political progress, but if you want to talk about the future, then tell me. What about the School of the Americas? What about free trade maquiadoras? What about the men who buy American-made guns duty-free, cross the border with no questions asked, and sell them on the Mexican side to the highest bidder? What about the way South America is our skeleton, Central America is our closet, and the Caribbean is our boxing ring, and we always win? What about all the reasons the drug companies, the meat packers, the oil industry, the politicians need this system to exist? Mr. Rubio, if you want to keep people out of this country, why don't you make sure they want to stay in their own?